Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to a new playthrough, and I thought I'd do something a little different. I thought I'd do a classic game, something that I used to play a lot as a kid, and this playthrough is going to be Ninja Gaiden. And Ninja Gaiden, I haven't, for the longest time, I didn't own the game. I had it when I was a lot younger, for a while, and then for some reason I lost it, traded it, sold it. Something happened, and I no longer had it. So but a little while ago, one of my friends who is a classic video game hunter, he has a YouTube channel and he just does it for fun. He found the game at a yard sale, bought it, and he gave it to me because he knew that I wanted it for the longest time. And so yeah, the version that I will be playing will be that version, that physical copy. And yeah, so it should be fun. And we'll go ahead and get started after the cutscene. But yeah, this is one of my all-time favorite NES games. It's pretty infamous for being hard, but I actually don't think it's all that hard. 95% of the game is easy, and then the last like 5% of the game is really, really difficult. It's got some pretty crazy, insane challenges. And yeah, I'll explain everything. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So yeah, it took me a while to get this to work. I'm not recording with my Hauppauge, but I am recording with the software that came with the Hauppauge, which is kind of weird. Like I have no clue why the Hauppauge couldn't record NES. It'll record maybe like 10 seconds and then it'll just freeze for some reason. But I am recording with my my old school capture card, the one that I first started recording Marvel videos with, my ATI TV Wonder 650. And yeah, so everything is running pretty smooth on here. Hopefully everything runs right. So yeah, this is like a platforming game. Most NES games are platforming, and the platforming is where it does get kind of difficult, especially when they start sending like lots of the more annoying enemies out at you. But for the most part, the first big chunk of the game is really easy, especially this first level. I mean, look at this guy; he can't even hit me from where he's standing. Oh man, he's pretty pathetic. Not really indicative of the difficulty of the game. So yeah, I mentioned that my friend is the one that got it for me. He has a classic video game hunting YouTube channel, and I'll post the channel. I'll post the video that features the actual physical copy of the game that I'm playing. I'll post it in the description, and you can check it out if you want to. If you like seeing footage of a person finding, buying, owning, and talking about some really old classic video games for the first time in his life, check out the channel, because yeah, he never owned anything older than Super NES, so a lot of the stuff that he's seeing for the first time. Like a lot of the NES games, a lot of the like ColecoVision or something like that, and maybe even some Atari stuff. He got a lot of Game Boy stuff, old Game Boy stuff. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, they're going through some of the cutscenes a little bit. I think this is the first video game that actually featured cutscenes, and I think it helps a lot with the storytelling and stuff, because you can do a lot of interesting work with the camera that you couldn't really do in like some of the older games like Mario. Most of the storytelling through Mario is just like text at the end of the level, like the princess is not here type stuff. Pretty basic, but so yeah, this game, Ryu always has a sword, and then he has sub-weapons. I haven't been really doing them because you don't really have to until later in the game. But yeah, the sub weapon is the picture in the middle. Right now I have an orange shuriken. I don't know the official names for any of them, so I just call them what I want. But I just call this one the orange shuriken. I actually like this one the most. It's probably the most efficient way to kill regular enemies. Not a very good boss killing one, but if you're in the middle of like if you're just doing a level like I am now, it's probably the best one to have. What was I gonna say? Yeah, probably the first piece of tech that I ever came out with is with this one, like when I was like 7 years old or something. And I'll show you guys what I mean right now. As soon as I get into the next area. What's this? Okay. But probably one of the more important things in this game is to stay on the move. And with this sub weapon, most of the sub weapons you can't move while you use them, or you can shoot them while you can shoot them. No, a lot of them you can move around. Well, with this one you can move around the most, mainly because it's just like this ninja star that just revolves around you. And what you can do is you can kind of dodge it a little bit, and you could just it could just stay out in the air, stay in the air forever. Well, for a while. If you don't let it like snap back close enough to you, it'll just keep going further and further, and then it'll just disappear off screen like it did right there. But if you have really good control of that, it can last for a really long time, and you can kill like dozens of enemies with it. The one that I have here is just like a temporary one. It doesn't last forever. It's just for a few seconds. It's generally a good idea to get it because they usually give it to you during some of the harder platforming areas, and if you have that, you don't have to worry about enemy projectiles. You don't have to worry about enemies because you can just blow right through them. The one that I have right now is kind of like a spinning sword attack. It's okay. It's really good for bosses because it could do like the most damage if you have really good spacing. But it's a huge waste of energy during regular levels because, you know, in order to break one of these unbreakable, or in order to break these things to get energy and to get other sub weapons, you have to attack in the air. But you can only attack in the air with this thing, and you have to waste energy to do it. So it's a pretty big waste of energy unless you're in a boss fight. This one's the anti-air sub weapon. It's really good against like the third boss and the final boss. A couple of the forms of the final boss. It's probably one of the more important ones to have at certain times, and yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, this guy. Yeah, he's gonna pin me into the corner, so you just kind of want to climb the wall and then jump over him. You can throw some of these out too. Oh, that doesn't even do any damage to him. I didn't even know that. Yeah, you mainly just want to attack him with your sword. Oh, I skipped the cutscene. I might do that every once in a while. Mainly it's just a backstory. Like, he talks to the doctor. I forget his name. Dr. something. Dr. Smith. And just tells him about the backstory of the statues, and the statues are, you know, they're trying to get the statues, and you know Ryu has to stop them. And while he's talking about the statue, one of the statues gets stolen by the third boss of this level. So what we're doing is we're going through this level trying to get it back. And yeah, this is where they start introducing some of the more tougher enemies. A lot of people think that the birds are the most annoying enemy in this game. I don't think so. Mainly because they have to fight momentum because they're in the air. There's a lot of because they have to fight momentum, they sometimes, you know, disappear off screen, like exactly what you saw right there. And all you'd have to do is just dodge them and keep moving, and generally they can't do anything to you. The real tough enemies in this game are probably the ones that don't have to fight momentum, and there's a lot of them that are like that. Mostly the ground units. See, and disappeared. Yep, because he has to fight momentum. He can't change directions instantaneously like some of the other really annoying enemies, and they're probably even faster than the birds. And then there's some other enemies that are just, you know, they're not even close to like the birds or like the other enemies, but they're just stupidly annoying, like the Rocketeer guys. I hate those guys so much. Okay, this is a troll jump. Oh, great. Yep. I was trying to back up to avoid the troll jump, and the stupid leopard respawned. Yeah, a big part of you know, knowing this game is, or a big part of beating this game is knowing where all the troll jumps are, and that was one of them. And by trying to avoid it, I fell right into the trap. Ooh. Ooh. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I have to, the anti-air sub-weapon, this one right here, is really important for fighting the third boss, and you have, like, it just makes the third boss so much easier, and it's important to get that one because I think it's the only one in this level. So that's why I'm trying to avoid getting other sub-weapons, and after getting that one. Okay. What's this? Okay. That one is a sub-weapon. I don't want that one. And this one's energy, and I do want this one. So if you jump here, like right away, you'll land on this guy right there that appears. So you kind of just want to wait for him to back up a little bit and then jump. There's a ton of jumps that are like that, where if you go right away, there'll be an enemy, and the enemy will just knock you into the pits. It happens a lot. So yeah, this guy, he jumps back and forth, which makes it kind of tough to hit him with the sword. And then every once in a while, he throws out these like little teeny tiny projectiles, and it helps if you have the anti-air fire sub-weapon, because it can hit him and destroy destroy one of the projectiles at the same time. I don't think any other projectile does that as easily as the fireballs. So that's why I like having that one on that boss. And yeah, that's another important thing. Having the right sub weapon at the right time. It's major. If you go into the final boss, one of the final boss fights, without, you know, the right sub weapon, he'll just like destroy you, and it won't even be close. So yeah, Dr. Smith, we were getting the statue back for Dr. Smith, and upon returning, we come back and he's been attacked, and in secret he had the light statue. While we were trying to get the dark statue back, the light statue was stolen. So yeah, they ended up taking one of the statues anyway. They took them both, but we got one of them back. So yeah, Dr. Smith, poor Dr. Smith, we hardly knew ye. And then, of course, the CIA has to come, and they have to interrupt the party. And this cutscene, I think I'm gonna skip, because it's just a lot of backstory. It's just, and it's not really all that important. Yeah, this guy, Foster. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip it. Foster, he just tells us a little about the history of like the demon that we're dealing with. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Tell us what our objective is, even though we're not really in this. Ryu's not really in the CIA. Ryu's the name of the character, by the way. Oh, I'm out of energy. I can't even do the spinning blade attack. Oh, I was out of energy. Okay. Oh my god. Yep, right into the pit. Yep. Oh god, these enemies, they do that. Like, I'll be hit on one side, and it'll send me the complete opposite way, and hit me right into a pit if there's a pit. Like, the pits magnetically pull you into them. Ooh. There we go. That happens a lot. It happens like, oh, again, yep. I got caught in between two enemies right there. Alright, let's see if we can do this again. I need to reset this guy. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I mean, this part's not even all that hard. It's just, you know, talking and trying to play at the same, trying to explain things and then doing that, playing at the same time is a little tough. But let's see if I can focus a little. Okay. There we go. Okay, yeah, the rest should be pretty simple. Just avoid this bird here, because he has to fight momentum, and then he disappears. And then just jump over one animal, and then that's it. Probably the most iconic cutscene of this game. I love this cutscene. And they did a really good job parodying it for I Want to Be the Boshi. I love the scene in I Want to Be the Boshi that parodies this cutscene. They did a really good job with it.